lot of people aren't able to pick between Panama and Peru. So the question is, what is the better plan B, a good place to reside? All right, you want to physically spend some time in the country and you're looking for something new, something fresh, a plan B, residency. Now, both have unique advantages and disadvantages. I want to hear what the community feels because there are some people with a lot of insights, valuable knowledge that we want to hear out, right? I also want to discuss my own perspective and summarize which one is the winner, which one you should go for, what are the advantages, disadvantages, and stuff like that. Strikingly, over 350 people participated in this poll and voiced their opinion. The clear winner overall was Peru, and it had 66% of the votes. Panama was at 34%. So that clearly is a big difference. And Panama has a lot of advantages. And still Peru wins this despite the residency being slightly difficult than Panama. Now let's look at some of the feedback, right? David Russo here says, depends upon your perspective. If you already have a strong passport or two, I'd pick Panama for lifestyle, residency, and plan B. So what he's saying is if you have a portfolio, you have a couple of strong nationalities, and you're looking for a lifestyle play, then Panama takes the edge because that's a better place to spend your physical time. Again, it's subjective. Peru is more laid back. Panama is more like Dubai, and Peru is more suburban kind of a place. And again, you can pick and choose your places in Peru, but I feel Peru does have a lot to offer in terms of a laid back lifestyle. But I do agree that he has a valid point where Panama takes an edge. Mario over here asks, do you know if anyone has received Panamanian citizenship in 5 years? A lot of people talk about Panama and the citizenship, and does it really happen? Does it not happen? It takes a long time. So you always got to be careful. There are a lot of forums which talk about Panama and they badmouth Panama a lot. There's a lot of misinformation about Panama, about the citizenship and the naturalization procedures. You're going to have a lot of people repeatedly saying the same thing because it's being fed through a lot of channels. Now, how do you get Panama, right? So for starters, before I go through some of the other valuable feedback, let's discuss how do you get Panama. Panama, the biggest plus point about Panama is that it has many options to get the residency, right? The other major advantage of Panama is that the permanent residency is dateless and lifelong. So this is exactly like South Africa. And I keep stressing the importance and the value of dateless. So you don't hit immigration again, you do it one time. And lifelong. You want options that are lifelong. A passport or a citizenship is usually lifelong. But if a permanent residency can offer you that, of course, you're not getting the nationality, but then at least you're getting access to that country for a lifelong basis. So it has its own value. That is why I think Panama is very important. And the other thing is that it has a lot of categories, and two of my personal favorite categories is starting a fixed deposit and getting the travel passport if that suits your needs. And if you're just looking for the permanent residency, then fixed deposit of 200 or 300K based on your nationality, where you come from, and then that can get you a similar benefit. You can also buy a property and get the same eventual benefit. There's also the passive income route that you can take a look at in Panama. There's more flexibility in Panama to obtain residency using the passive income routes as compared to Peru. Now, the data sage here says that the feasibility of obtaining residency and citizenship in Peru is higher than that of Panama. So a lot of people believe that naturalization is difficult in Panama and it might be slightly simpler in Peru. Jeremy Abalo here says that the feasibility of obtaining citizenship in either is very slim. So a lot of people believe that, right? They feel that Latin citizenships are hard to obtain, and each one thinks differently over here. They hear different things, they say different things. Now, Forza Milan here says that Peru is far away from all the noise and not that close to North America. It's cheaper than Panama, but obtaining citizenship is bureaucratic, time consuming, and he's asking if Peru has a fast track to citizenship by donating. No, there's no citizenship by donation with Peru, But I think Ferzo Milan here, he's an advanced member and he makes a valuable point, right? So the proximity or the control that US has over certain Latin countries, be it Mexico or not so much Mexico, but Panama. Panama uses the US dollar as the main currency, so that really makes a direct connection to the US. And when you talk about exerting control, countries like Dominican Republic, Panama come under the direct influence, right? So people don't think those are true diversification options, especially if you come from North America. Then you want something different. Maybe you want a South Africa. A lot of North American people from Canada, US, they go for South Africa for this particular reason, right? They don't want to strike another Western connection. They want to strike a non-Western connection where South African permanent residency is even better. It's a one-time donation. Unlike in Panama, you're spending truckloads of cash in setting this up, either through a fixed deposit or through a property purchase. You're not donating anything in Panama. You're simply investing, but the threshold or the volume is high. Panama used to be 5K in a bank account, but gone are those days. But South Africa hasn't woken up yet, right? They still have that approximately $6,800 permanent residency, and that's becoming one of the most popular options outside of this whole Latin or North American region. Anirudh here, and he is an advanced member as well. So he says, I want the Peruvian passport because it has Mercosur access. Scott Free says apparently Panama has that also now. So this channel was one of the very first ones to break that news almost live as it happened. And what happened is Panama joined Mercosur, and now the citizenship has become far more valuable because now you're going to eventually get Mercosur access. So it's not just Chile or Peru, it's also Panama now that has the Mercosur access. All right, so let me now provide you with my own take on which one is a better option. Now, Peru obviously is a shorter pathway to citizenship, right? So you're waiting for a couple of years and then you're applying for your nationality, or let's say 2 to 3 years, and then you're applying for your nationality. There's also flexibility in terms of entering the country without the specific visa, and then you can still enter visa free or with any other kind of visa that you have, and then you can adjust your status from inside of Peru. That flexibility is even available with Panama, so I really like these two countries for that reason. And there's also a way to bypass that police check or police certificate for Peru. You can do that from inside. It's slightly a different process. You still have to go through the check, right? They're going to check if your slate is clean, but there's a way of doing it before you come or even after you enter the country, and then you could do Peru. I think from a nationality perspective, if you're looking for something truly unique, not the same old Dubai or Panama or the whole gray listed or the offshore jurisdiction stigma, if you want to stay away from that, then Peru might be a better option that you can look at. It's also a far more relaxed country, so some people might actually enjoy that. So from a connectivity perspective, let's say you're in and out of the country pretty frequently, you don't want to kind of spend too much time with immigration, you want a quick and easy in and out sort of a situation, then I would say Panama is a better bet. From a international banking perspective, Panama has an edge because it has international banking, it has offshore banking. The whole gray listed Panama reputation might not work for some people, but if you are dealing with certain countries, then Panama might actually work out best in your circumstances. Now, if you haven't subscribed to the channel, make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss out on any important breakthroughs, right? Our channel, my channel, is the first one to report on any change as it happens in most cases. And if you haven't participated in this poll, then leave your comment down below. Which one is a better option out of the two in your opinion and why? And if you like this video, give me a thumbs up and catch you in the next one.